You like Matt Cardona?
Oh, I love him out of the ring, but yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, we broke in, we trained together in Deep South.
Oh, wow, okay.
And we tagged together a few times in WWE.
Who else is in your class?
Everybody. Swagger, Kofi.
Wow. What's up, YouTube? Right now we're here at NWA Alwayz Ready with Tyrus. What's up, man?
What's up, man? How are you, man? Thanks
Pretty
for having
good.
me.
Can't complain. Dude, this is a random fact, but you're my mom's favorite wrestler. She absolutely loves you. Like, she was such a big Brodus Clay fan.
Oh, thank you.
Massive. But, so, NWA tonight, defending the title. What's your thoughts going into the match?
Couple things about this match. This is a historic match tonight. So, previously, the former World Television Champions under Billy Corgan's NWA, the seventh title defense, you could then relinquish the title for the number one contender spot. But I am not doing that. I think that I would be the number one contender regardless after tonight, and I would now have the ability to do so, which I will not. I don't think Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, the late great The American Dream Dusty Rhodes would be okay with relinquishing such a prestigious title. So my goal is to pull an old Midnight Express when they were the United States Tag Champs. They won the World Tag Team Champs, and for about one taping, they were the Unified.
Yeah.
So that is my goal, to become the Unified World Heavyweight Television Champion. And then, of course, then I would then surrender the Television Championship, and then they could have a tournament or whatever. But that is my plan. And, of course, to do that, I have to beat probably the hottest talent in the NWA, Mims.
Yeah.
Who's, and I have to make sure I don't. You have to have a short memory in this business, because we've met, I think it was a year ago, and he's not the same Mims he was a year ago.
Yeah,
and
much
he's
different.
Focused, and he has embraced. They always say that when somebody copies you, it's the best form of flattery. They like to tell you that. And I've noticed a huge change in Mims since I've came on the scene.
He's copied you?
He's got singlets, my color scheme, my artwork, and I get it. I get it. Why not? Who wouldn't?
I have one under this right now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he is powerful. He's smart. He's got it all. He's not tall, but he can't have it all.
He's vertically challenged.
But that also gives him an advantage, because in wrestling, just like with football, low pad wins. In this case, low base usually gets guy off his feet. And as he's proved on several occasions, he can pick just about anybody up. So he's obviously spent a lot of time studying me and being focused on me, since he's taken my mannerisms. He's stole my singlet style. I mean, he's basically taking a piece. But the problem is great as that is, I'm not ready to pass the torch.
You're not.
And to do that, because we all take a little something from somebody. I've taken stuff from Arn, I've taken stuff from Andre, American Dream Dusty Rhodes, Paul Orndorff, like the guys that I emulated. It's just a natural thing. So the flattery is phenomenal. But sorry, Briz, not tonight. I got too much in front of me. But I am not taking Mims lightly one bit. You know what I'm saying? And don't think it's not becoming personal for me, because it's almost insulting how much he's becoming my persona. It's a weird thing. If I was retiring or something like that, I'd probably be his biggest fan in his corner. But not yet, not tonight.
He might have a poster of you on his wall, honestly. He sounds like a really big fan.
Well, probably after the last time we were in the ring together, I'm sure that poster came down. I think I sent a pretty strong message to him. Like I said, and it's not personal. It's all business in the ring and outside of the ring. Hey, I'm excited for his career. I think he's got a long road. He's going to be a champion at some point, just not tonight.
Yeah, maybe one day you guys can be Fox and Friends. But what's your schedule like, Tyrus?
I like what you did. That's clever.
Thank you so much. What's your schedule like, Tyrus? It seems like you're a very busy man.
It's nonstop. It's in the sport of wrestling, it's always, you have a saying, it's all or nothing. Peaks and valleys. And right now, I have a New York Times best-selling book that is sold out twice and is in reprint and just got back in the stores. I'm doing book signings for that, and I'm actually doing one of those tonight here as well. So my focus has to be next level. And then, of course, being on the #1 late-night comedy show in the country, that means I got to work all the time. And then Fox, quote, I'm their most coveted, revered Fox News contributor, so everybody wants me on their show, because apparently I am a lot of things, but the one thing I am is Mr. Ratings. So my message seems to get out, and people get it, and they like it. Common sense means something, so you got to take it all, and if you want success, you got to sacrifice. So obviously a lot of personal time, and of course I still get time to get in. I still got to throw weights around. I still got to be the best me, because success can make you soft. But I've had enough failures in my lifetime to where that's not an issue right now. So
You mentioned weights. What's the numbers looking like in the gym? Bench press, squat, deadlift.
So from preparing for Mims, right? Because I am part of the 1 ton club.
Yeah.
It's a very prestigious group, and that means 3 lifts and you can combined weight of 1 ton, which is so my deadlift is anywhere. I think the last year I went like 720. Went down from.
Down.
Bench is. I always talk about. You can talk about your all-time great stats, but I'll talk about that when I don't lift anymore.
Okay.
But I'm talking about most recently.
Okay.
And bench, I stay right around the 525 mark.
Just
and then
around.
squats like around 6 because I got football injuries. I basically squat on 1 leg, but you have to.
You want
Train the other muscles.
600 pounds?
No, it's still 2 legs, but I'm saying
Okay.
I paid some bills being in combat and playing football and stuff.
Fair enough.
But you have to train around. It's not an excuse.
Of course.
So, but for Mims, I tried a different style. The training I've been doing for Mims has been a lot of light weights and high reps.
Okay.
I think matching power with Mims is a mistake. Although I think I'm naturally stronger, but he's anticipating me to work methodical at my pace. So I think. I'm going to change the pace up and work on speed. So hopefully he's prepared because I'm not. This is a big moment for me. Mims is standing away from me and quite possibly making history. I don't think anyone in the history of the NWA, and I know my history, has ever been World Television Champion and NWA Heavyweight Champion, albeit even it is just for one night.
Yeah,
it's never
still
been done.
Counts.
And I think at that point, as the American Dream, who I spent a lot of time with and was my mentor and coach, would tell me, the last conversation we had before he passed, he told me it was important for me to paint my canvas. So tonight is going to be a few strokes on my canvas.
Wow.
When it's all done, my canvas will be painted.
That was such a great answer. And Tyrus, you wrote a book.
Yep.
Wow.
New York Times bestseller, #1 on Amazon. The #1 on Amazon is the real, because New York Times is curated, which means it's an opinion.
Yeah.
It's like, but to be #1 in Amazon, which means that I was the most sold book, and my book sold out in 2 hours, which is amazing, and I can't do that without the fans. So
slow clap.
It's kind of it's a tough diet because sometimes I can be a little mean out there because it's just business.
Yeah, it's just business.
But it's getting harder and harder for them to stay mad at me, and it's getting harder and harder for me to stay mad at them. So we'll see what the crowd does tonight.
When you wrote your book, what was like the first initial thought of like, all right, I need to sit down and figure this out? Like, what was the first sentence?
Okay, so the first thing, I think everyone should write a book.
Okay.
Even if you never publish it, even if you write an op-ed about yourself, because it is very therapeutic. It really helps you kind of put in your mind what's important and it's basically like a rewind where you walk through moments of your life that maybe you thought was a certain way, but then when you look back on it with wisdom and experience, you kind of look at the things you could have done better. And that's how you don't become a victim. You become a participant in your story, because victimhood it should be saved for actual victims. And all the stuff I've been through in my book, I was never once a victim. I was a lot of things, but never a victim. But my philosophy is I wrote an outline of my thought process, and then I just riffed. Every day I would write something different. And I got a writing coach, Chris Epting, who basically helped me mold everything, and he teaches writing. He's a great writer, and he basically took me through steps and forced me to work and do the work, and it was a long process. And but when it was said and done, I had a book that was where I was telling my story, my way, and my words, which is important, and it resonated with the people. But it is a process, and I think everyone's formula is a little bit different. You got to do what's best for you, but I would always think, don't try to force it. Just write down the first thing that comes to your head when you're thinking about yourself. You're going to write a memoir and expand on it.
Did you have a moment where it's like kind of scatterbrained? So you had like a story written right here and something else right here?
Yeah. And
what was that process like?
Well, for me, that's where I had the ability or the wherewithal to seek help. Okay. And, just like anything else, just like wrestling, you can't be a great wrestler if you don't have a great trainer. You can't be, you can't do things on Fox TV or King if you don't have timing and you don't do research. And writing a book is no different. I liked it so much that I'm going to continue to write. I've already started my second project.
Wow.
So.
Always working.
Yeah, you got to keep working. And if you do it, and you got to have another thing, it's not just, like I said, I could just rest on my laurels and be excited to be a wrestler or a Fox News contributor or TV star, whatever the hell it is that I'm doing. But the idea is like diversify, use your platform wisely, and as many flows of checks you can come into your houses, the sooner you get later in life where you can relax and smell the roses, but don't smell them now. Just keep planting.
Wow. Okay. I feel like I'm having motivational talk. I like that.
Yeah. Class dismissed.
That was amazing. What's your funniest Snoop Dogg memory?
Him spending $150 at Denny's.
At Denny's?
Yeah.
What do you buy at Denny's for $150?
What? Everything.
Everything?
Yeah, everything. And it's all in styrofoam. It's a lot to stack up
This
in
guy.
the back of a truck. No, that's what I kept saying. And he doesn't gain 1 pound.
Yeah, no, he's a very
He's
smaller
the
guy.
metabolism of a ferret. This dude doesn't. You just eat.
Snoop Mania is running wild.
Yeah, he is, and I'm. You know what? It's so great that he continues to reinvent himself, and I'm kind of not to that scale, but in some ways, in that scale, I continue to improve and continue to try new things. And
you are.
Success is contagious when it's always the same formula. You do the work, don't get too big-headed.
Yeah.
Never pat yourself on the back. And always try to be better. Always find, whenever I wrestle, whenever I do a TV show, I always watch it back, and I always find I won't focus on what I did well.
Yeah.
I always focus on what I didn't do right. And that, when you're always fixing yourself and not being afraid to take constructive criticism and stay away from people who say things like, "Hey, how was the match? Oh, I liked it. It was good."
Yeah, it doesn't really help you at all.
You could do that in the mirror. You put yourself around people. I always say you got to have two good friends. That's it. Who don't bullshit you. Tell you like it is. You had a bad day, that let you know, because having people around you who always pat you on the back and tell you do a good job, they're not your friend, because they're just keeping you soft and you can't grow. So
I feel like I went to a motivational talk today. This was
keep
actually
it real.
This was amazing.
Just keep it real, man.
No, I very much appreciate it. Tyrus, where can you find you on social media?
You can Planet Tyrus on Twitter and Tyrus Smash on Instagram. It's the only two I have. Don't have any other ones. No time for Facebook.
No TikTok.
No TikTok.
No Foursquare.
No grown ass
Fandango?
man. Grown ass man.
Ah, dang it. Okay.
I got 2, and they got blue checks on them. There's no blue checks. It ain't me.
Sheesh. Guys, this is Tyrus. You can buy his memoir. We'll put all the links down below. Make sure to like, comment, share, and always subscribe. And we're out.
We going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. We going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. When it just like 1, 2, 3. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze.